What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back again with another one. Silver Wolf TV with my man OG Nitty. Nitty, what's going on, baby?
Oh man, I'm cooling, man.
Hey, there's a lot been going on in the news. I know you heard about situation with Big U and Bricc Baby. You know, from the Rolling 60 Crips and stuff. You know, I know, man, you bang, but we bang Rolling 20 Blood and this big blood gang. But X bang, we don't bang no more. But back in our days, when we were banging and stuff. You know what I mean? But with everything that's going on with Big U and Bricc Baby, you know what I mean? Big U came out with a video right before he turned himself in saying that 600 was with the feds when they came to his house with the raid, and the only reason they raided his house was because of Whack 100. And then of course I know you heard we just got to watch what Whack 100 said about the situation and stuff, and about Bricc Baby. How things seem like he been the one that's ratting and stuff. You know what I mean? But from your perspective, you know what I mean? A G yourself, you know what I mean? Did 30 years in prison, you know what I mean? Like I said, we bang blood gang, you know what I mean? What's your take on that? What you think?
Man, first, man, I think a lot of these dudes, man, they get caught up into this internet thing and they forget that they still so-called gangsters. Right, because they get caught into the glit and glamour of this shit, and they expose themselves, and I think, man, a lot of them think that the feds must ain't got access to the internet or something, man. I mean, I'm quite sure, they paying their internet bill. So I look at this dude, man, and he's saying, okay, the dude 600 came with the feds to his house, and all that may be well and fine. I don't know, right? But what I'm tripping about is that, you've been talking on these fucking phones like you wasn't who the fuck you was. I like, goddamn, man, like watch a gangster movie or something, man. Like, man, watch Goodfellas. Man, you ain't never see Big Paulie on the motherfucking phone. Big Paulie ain't fuck with that phone, man. You know what I mean? Niggas gotta learn. I mean, y'all sitting here and you 1 foot in and 1 foot out the game, this and that. Man, that shit like being a little bit dead. I mean, ain't no such thing, man. You either 10 toes down in that shit, man, or you a law-abiding motherfucking citizen. You know what I mean? But you can't keep on jumping 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then you scream, man, somebody told on. Yeah, add yourself to the list. Because you told on your motherfucking self too.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And that's what I can't get over these dudes, man. They get caught up in this so-called fame and all this shit, man. And you still in the motherfucking game. Like, they tell me, this dude, Bricc Baby, he or there bragging, competing, talking about, nigga, you ain't got more bodies than me. Man, you fucking insane. Like, yo, what they stop giving on life sentences or something about that shit? Like, come on, man. Like, anytime you have ever heard me on this podcast, go to any podcast you ever heard me speak on, man, anytime you ever heard me talk about a murder is something that I've already been convicted of and have served the fucking time. Plain and fucking simple. You will never hear me talk about nothing else, right? And for the fans who I'm sure that's watching, I have never killed anybody else, right? So it's like these dudes, and then when this dude, this dude Bricc Baby, he get caught up in this shit, and it remind me of dudes in the joint when the paperwork used to come out on them, right? And the shit is almost funny, but any nigga who did time that's watching this, think back to a time that a motherfucker told, right? Especially in the joint, a motherfucker told. See how proper his speech get, right? He gets real motherfucking proper. Like, man, the more intelligent I sound, the more motherfuckers ain't gonna think that I this some hot shit. No, it don't work like that.
They start talking properly, but announcing big words and shit.
Yeah, but they pronouncing a whole bunch of big words and
you want to seem smart and shit, like
right. You want to seem extra smart. You I mean that damn you a brain. Like, come the fuck on, man. Like,
speaking that nigga Bricc Baby, like him, you know what I mean, speaking on, he was on a podcast talking about, arguing with another nigga, talking about how many people he don't kill, things he don't did, and etc. like that. But come to find out, like I was saying, they got paperwork, or Wax saying they got paperwork of this nigga. He the mowed the whole time and shit, so he been working with the Fed. And the reason they started with that, say like, you know what I mean, ask you a question again from your perspective. He got caught with multiple guns, one of them a machine gun, and they say he did not 1 day in jail, didn't even get a court date. Would you consider that's a person that's working with the Feds?
Man, you fucking right. I mean, working with him, what? But, all right, let me get something straight, because like you been working with him as in he can't go out there and actually make an arrest himself by himself, because that's the only thing he not able to fucking do, right? Fuck yeah, that nigga sitting there and tell him. Fuck yeah. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck. What about this? Ain't even got to do with no gangbanging shit, none of that. This is just fucking common sense, right? You sit in this motherfucker, man, you get caught with all this motherfucking shit in your motherfucking house, and don't nothing fucking happen. You don't get not 1 day in jail. Boy, when they come and say, boy, look, it was our mistake. It was, look, the feds don't work like that, pimp. They don't, man. Like the state even, man. They don't, you know, they run up in your house, fire some guns, man. You know, somebody getting that motherfucking gun charge. You know what I mean? And if you ain't sitting down there saying, no, they ain't charged me, they charge such and such, right? Because they took the charge off me, because they say, hey, man, you know, you didn't live here, so we gonna go ahead and I don't want to give you no ammunition in case you lying, right? But which most likely you fucking is, but that's neither here nor there. You can't sit down that motherfucker, man, and they charge you. You actually get charged for that, and you don't get no court appearance. You ain't got no ankle monitor. You don't get nothing. Come on, man. Like I said, this ain't about no gangbanging shit, none of that. This is just common fucking sense.
He got some a job.
Huh?
He got something out of a job.
Right, to get a nigga job, man. Nigga work like this. See, I feel like this. And for all the snitches, because I know some of you hating bitches watching too, right? So for all the snitches watching, right? I'm saying this. After I got a question. After a while, like you go, because some of these motherfuckers been like, they've been rats for years. Like you'll find out, like, man, he been a rat since the 80s, man. Like, god damn, like that, man, I thought yo was all right, right? For you motherfuckers that do that, like, do y'all like graduate after a while? Like, you know, like, hey man, boss, look, man, I've been taking motherfuckers down since the 80s, man. I'm like, yo, like, can a nigga get a badge or something, man? Like, do y'all graduate in that shit? Yeah, I mean, come on, I don't give a fuck. Doing it anonymously, I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? But I've been wondering about this shit, because you be talking about like the girl and the big meat shit, right? They talking about she been a foreman all this motherfucking time. I'm like, god damn, like, you know, did she graduate? Like, you know, how she even become an informant? Like, what the fuck happened? So,
and ask that question on that. So we talking about that too. Do you think that make Meech a snitch because she told and he knew about it, she telling, or he agreeing?
Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. Just because somebody is my second cousin, they still my fucking cousin. So that means I'm supposed to keep my dick out of them. Right. So to answer that question, like, man, check this out. If he knew that this girl was doing that, and he didn't expose this bitch and cut her the fuck off, then yes, he is a snitcher once removed. Because see, that's what's wrong with shit like that now, and it's really offensive to guys who have did a substantial amount of time. You know, guys who have lost their lives, guys who, you know, have lost, you know, family members and close friends. It's disrespectful and sad that you got so many niggas now that's being accepted because of what they had. You know, I can remember the days, man, of listening to UGK and how Bun B and them used to be telling motherfuckers like, look, man, fuck all that getting cool with a motherfucking rat because he got this, that, and the third. No, take that shit. And I heard before the critics come out and they start doing all this shit of not promoting violence, but I'm not condoning snitching either. Right? So it's like, man, and even as a citizen, I wouldn't tell nothing, even as a citizen. But that doesn't have anything to do with me as a citizen. That's just how I'm hardwired. Right? But yeah, man, when you know shit like that's going on and you keep that to yourself, then man, who to say that you're not using that shit to your benefit? Hey man, look, I know you're a motherfucking rat, so look here. Hey, such and such there, boy, them motherfuckers been taking down, boy. They been taking a little bite out my motherfucking apple lately, boy. Look, you should go ahead and take them all down, get them fuck out of the way. Who the fuck say that that's not going on? When you do shit like that.
Right.
That's what's wrong, like I said, with the game. And let me tell you something, for all the people and all the probation officers and all that shit listening, I'm not in the game. I'm a hard-working motherfucker, that's it. But it's like, man, that's what's wrong with it. Like, motherfuckers, they can do what they want. A motherfucker be a snitcher, he could be fucking under the table. They ain't even doing the what they call download. They ain't even doing that shit no more. They out and out with it now, right? He be all that as long as people are eating off him, it's accepted. Or her. I don't discriminate. I often have somebody very special be called me a chauvinist, but so I like to make sure I'm talking about women too. But I'm like, man, them dudes, they sit down there, they do all this talking on the motherfucking phone after they chase stardom by getting on this internet. I'm not digging that. I'm not digging that because, like, once you start chasing stardom, then your life changed. And I think that's where a lot of people, there are a lot of dudes out there that, man, that's getting caught up. The little Dirks and the YFN Lucci's and all them. Man, once you start getting that kind of money and shit like that, man, you done with the game. Whether you want to or not. Because if you don't be done with it, the game gonna make sure your ass be done with it. Because your ass even get a fucking bullet in your fucking head some fucking way, or you go in prison for the rest of your life. Like when you start getting that kind of money, Melly too, man. Like you start getting that kind of money, man, the game over for you. So, if you want to be out there, motherfucker, you got some bodies, some people that's close to you, this and that, man, then take them with you. Right? These dudes, like I said, you get a chase of stardom, and then you still in the same motherfucking breath talk about how many motherfucking bodies you're caught, or this nigga came to with the feds to see, man, shit. Was that your first fucking suspicion that nigga was a goddamn rat? Because a lot of time, man, I was told by a real motherfucking gangster in the joint, man. He said, man, check this out. He said, often in life, we tend to look at people as we want them to be rather than who they are. Right? And I didn't understand at first, but he broke it down to me, man. And that's really what's going on with a lot of this shit. But until next time, man, peace.
Hey, thanks for watching, y'all. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Always remember, y'all know I represent them gangsters. Civil Wolf TV. Till the next time.